Now, our first guest is an expert in the field of leadership and customer service. Being the former head of training at Disney University, the staff training and development arm of the Walt Disney Company.
Yeah, it's fascinating, this one. He joins us ahead of his seminar tomorrow morning, so we won't keep him too late, where he'll be sharing advice on fostering a culture of innovation, transformation and growth. He is, of course, Doug Lipp. He's with us. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Ash.
It's a fascinating subject, this, as well. Who better to ask than Disney U himself, who's going to tell us just how that Disney brand has become synonymous with people having a nice day the world over. Interesting, because a lot of people would say those standards change when you go around the world, and maybe different levels of service. But is there such a thing as a timeless secret when it comes to service?
You know, that's a really good question, Tom, and it's really about values. And you jokingly said Mr. Disney himself. This isn't about me. This is about the man actually who did start the university, who was hired directly by Walt Disney to help create the happiest place on earth. And quite frankly, the values that I learned from the founder of the Disney University have succeeded around the world.
Yeah.
What makes Walt Disney the happiest place on earth?
It's the values of the employees first, because if you have happy employees, then you're going to have happier guests. So we don't leapfrog over the employees to get to the guests first, and you show respect to them every single day.
Training manuals, so the curse of guests and employees the world over. How important is it to encourage employees to grow with a business and to think outside the box?
I think encouragement always starts at the top. And if you have a leadership team or an ownership team or a direct supervisor who herself or himself is willing to learn, then it becomes part of the culture, and it's not a matter of encouraging people to learn, they want to learn.
I'd like to know a little bit more about this seminar. It's a one-day seminar, a lot to learn from you in those few hours. Now, you're all in about fostering a culture for innovation, technology, and for innovation and growth and things like that. Tell us a little bit about this seminar which you will be conducting, Leadership and Service Magic.
Well, I'm here with my partner, Right Selection, and we're putting on this seminar tomorrow to help organizations large and small, whether you're SME, whether you're a brother and your sister, mother and son, or whomever are running a business. The secrets and the strategies that we've used at Disney for years are available to anyone. And it's not about budget or staff, it's about creativity and respect.
When you use that word magic there, and it is something that goes hand in hand with the Disney brand, is there an element of magic when it comes to memorable service?
Most definitely. You have those touch points where you have that few seconds to connect with either an employee or a customer. And one of the things that we talked about at Disney for years and is still done is to create magic, you do the ordinary in an extraordinary fashion. And it starts from the very basic things about how you greet each other backstage, much like you two are doing before we started shooting. And when the cameras come on, you respect each other and you show that same kind of enthusiasm to your guests.
I'm so glad we were in a good mood.
You fooled me, obviously.
There are some days we come in miserable as sin, you know.
But when the lights go on, you're on stage, and it's the same thing at Disney and any organization is you have backstage and you have on stage.
Well, I'm glad that we put up a good show.
Thanks.
Now, I'd like to know a little bit more about, one of the most crucial things about your career was in the mid-80s, where you changed the way the corporate industry looks at themselves. It was all, because earlier it was all about the arrogance of we are the best, why change, to a more progressive attitude of don't rest on your laurels. Was it hard to make this shift?
Most definitely. In fact, one of the challenges that I'll talk about in the seminar tomorrow is where we at Disney did have some challenges and quite frankly almost lost the entire company because of some arrogance and some disconnect. And this can happen to any organization. So the learning point for me was despite our brand and our legacy, we still were not above always learning.
It's your first time to the Middle East, first time to the region. It's a great coup for Right Selection, for all those that are signing up for the seminar over the next few days. From what you've seen so far, and it's a difficult question to ask given the time you've been here, from what you've seen, do you see potential for growth in this part of the world when it comes to standards of service?
I think particularly because of the multinational, multicultural makeup of the companies and the employees, there is a tremendous opportunity to tap into the diversity that resides in the UAE and Dubai and get even more information that possibly is lying dormant somewhere. And I think that kind of potential is something that every manager should strive to mine.
Now, you mentioned diversity some time back, but the UAE is also a very transient place. Most people come here not just for the standard of living, but also just to work and up their career. So is it possible for companies and businesses to maintain loyalty of from their employees, especially because this place is so transient?
Fair question. The answer is yes, because I work with a lot of resorts around the world where you might have an employee who's with you for just a few months and then they follow the snow or they follow the sun and they go elsewhere. But if the organizational culture is one where they want to come back, they will, despite the transient nature of that business. So that is not a barrier to success or service.
We'll find out from Giorgio a little later on how he retains his waiters in all his award-winning restaurants the world over. It's great to have you here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Do enjoy your stay in Dubai.
Indeed.
And if you'd like more details about the upcoming seminars, Leadership and Service Magic Seminar tomorrow, Grosvenor House here in Dubai, then you can find it all on our Facebook link, facebook.com/Studio One Live. And this book here could be yours as well, signed and personalised if you get yourself on there and register your interest. Doug, thank you.
Thank
you
you
very
so
much. Appreciate it.
Not this one, this is mine.
You got it.